Welcome back to episode 61 of the C.I.T.Y podcast.
61.
Ooh, it should be, it sounds like a big number, but it ain't.
Oh, damn, we passed 60 already.
Yeah, we passed 60.
Wow, that just whimpered out.
We're heading out at just 69 people.
Yeah.
We're
Which
fucking...
is going to be
Is 69 a
terrible.
big number? Shouldn't it be like, we're in like 75 or
Should be.
100?
69 is the funniest number.
It's
Yeah,
the sexiest
and then
number.
after you pass 69, it'll probably be like,
100.
yeah, I guess it's a cool round up number.
I thought 75 was the next big thing.
No,
Am I thinking like anniversaries? Like 75 is like a big one?
I suppose.
I mean, I don't know if anybody's gotten to 75 years of marriage.
No. You mean like just in general, like stores being open 75 years or something?
Or like 75th anniversary
Oh, yeah.
or something?
Yeah. If it's something like, I think...
It's a number you celebrate shit on.
420.
Yeah. Smoke weed every day, bro.
Every day.
Not really.
So what's up, ladies and gentlemen?
You're bringing the energy way down, Tony.
How was that down? Was that down?
Yeah, you're just like, oh, so lazy,
sound like
gentlemen. Like, you're just fucking totally, like, not bringing the energy. You're supposed to be the host, you ain't doing shit.
You're not hyped
Oh,
up, bro.
I thought the host was just fucking, start the episode and be like,
Yeah, you set the tone for the episode.
Oh,
You're
maybe,
supposed to
maybe
be-
it's gonna be a depressed episode. Why
Oh,
can't it be a depressed
because
episode?
nobody's depressed.
Ooh,
Alright?
I'm depressed. We lost another fucking comedian.
I don't care about him.
I know you don't care about
Oh.
celebrity deaths.
Did we lose someone good?
Rafi May was good.
Yeah, he was alright.
I seen you watch Rafi May specials and you were laughing. You
I
and
watched
John.
them. They were alright.
Plus, he's a fat comedian.
Yeah, they're gonna die because, you know what? They're fat, and all they talk about is being fat.
All we have now is like Fluffy.
And Bruce.
They lost.
No one cares about Bruce. Come on.
You know that?
Bruce died, didn't he?
No, he
Nah, I
did.
think
You want me to look it up?
No,
Yeah,
he was
might
on
as well.
that. He was on the Def Jam 25th
Yeah,
anniversary.
but that was pre-recorded like back in the day.
No,
Yeah,
dude.
that was pre-recorded 8 years ago.
You know who got pretty big? Fucking Ronnie. You guys ever hear of Ronnie?
Rodney?
Yeah, Rodney Carrington.
Who?
Oh, titties and beer?
Titties and beer.
No.
He
Water
makes,
for my
like-
horses. Oh no, it's a
Nope.
beer for my
He
horses.
makes like he does comedy, but he does like
Country singing.
country songs as well.
He was good back then.
So he said he has one called Titties and Beer, and one of the refrains is Titties and Beer. Thank God Almighty I ain't queer.
You never seen Ronnie?
No. I
You
can't
should.
tell you.
But
I probably won't.
He's saying that dear penis. I know you heard that one. There you go.
Oh, okay.
He also made another one for women called Wieners and Wine. If you want a little wiener in mine, you can have some of mine.
You seem like a big fan.
Ronnie's
Yeah,
good.
well, I'm not a big fan, but I do know those songs. 'Cause I like
Okay.
'em.
The thing is, though, life hit him in the fucking balls, and he got divorced, and he's by himself now. So he started eating. Now he's fat, and he did a comedy special that came out for Netflix,
All right.
and that was all 'cause he's fat.
High, low. What are we talking here? Like 15 years he's gone, or like 5 years he's gone?
Oh, well, you putting a death toll on
Yeah,
fucking
fuck 'em. I
Rodney?
don't care.
No.
Seven.
Oh, okay.
I'd say like 10 years.
I'll say 7.5 years.
I'll
That's
give
a weird number. 7 fucking.
I'll
half
give
years.
him
Yeah, baby, that's who I am.
this is like Price is Right.
Yeah,
$1.
fuck you.
You give him 1 year.
I'll give him 8. About 8 years. I'll give him a good.
You fuck face. You're the asshole that bids like $101,
And then he ends up winning.
and then he ends up winning like a fuck.
Yeah.
8 years from now, it's like, oh man, Ronnie died. He's like, I won.
Hey, da-na, da-na, da-da, da-da.
Starts running down somewhere. Great. I always want to be here. Let's do this. Drew Carey.
Can you name any good fat comedians that are left?
Felipe Esparza.
The fuck is that?
No.
Felipe Esparza. He's the guy who.
The one that opens for Fluffy?
Yeah.
I already said it, Bruce, so I'm done.
He's actually
He's-
not that
is-
funny. The only thing that I've actually heard him say it's funny is the fucking stretch marks joke, and that's it.
Is Earthquake dead?
Huh?
I thought Earthquake was dead. See, I was going to say Earthquake
He was
next.
there at the thing too.
Earthquake.
At the,
I don't know.
at the buffet.
I mean, you used to be a big comedian, dude. Any fat comedians that you still like?
No.
No?
I've never liked fat comedians just for the fact that all they talk about is being fat and food. And I'm just like, I talk about that in real life. I don't need
Well,
that.
then you should laugh at their shit because you can relate.
No, it's not funny though. Like that's the thing is if something is funny, you're gonna laugh. But the thing is, they can never really get me going.
That's just a blanket statement.
Yeah,
if
like,
you think
well-
something's funny, you'll laugh. And he's like, no.
Like if something's funny, it's just gonna be funny. You know that.
Okay.
But
If
most
they
of
got
the time
that
when they're
in
just
there.
talking about food, they're just like, "Oh, these mashed potatoes are so creamy. How creamy were they? They were so creamy."
I've never heard anything like that.
Right? Calm down, Seinfeld.
Yeah, exactly.
That Lavelle Crawford is hilarious, and he lost a shitload of weight.
I don't know who that is, but he's not fat anymore, so I don't
Dude,
care.
I saw the new Seinfeld stand up, and that boy is horrible.
Patrice O'Neal was funny as fuck too.
He's dead.
He did.
Well, I know he did.
Yeah, but he didn't talk about fucking food. He talked about just being a dude.
Yeah, he did.
Do you like
And that's fine.
Do you like Gabriel Iglesias?
Sorta.
I liked
he,
him
he
maybe.
talks about fucking food, and it's funny.
I mean, I think I liked him the first time when he got out, and then after that, it was just the same thing.
You don't like him now that he's losing weight?
No,
No,
I
not
don't
even
give a
that.
shit.
It,
More,
like,
more power to
that-
him.
it's usually like the first time you're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
and
fine.
then the second time it's just like,
All right.
it's the same thing, but okay. And then the
That's-
third time
see-
you're done with it.
You know who that happened
Ralphie
to?
May.
Nah, yeah, well, he's dead.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin
Yeah,
Hart.
exactly. I like the first. I like the
Wasn't
first
that all
stuff, but after
com-
that, it was just the same fucking bullshit.
Isn't that all comedians though? They fucking be like, oh man, this made him laugh. Let's go with that.
No,
To make
because
their,
I like
big money.
I like Kyle Kinane and like all three of his albums that I've heard are funny.
I also liked whatchamacallit, Mike Birbiglia.
Mike Birbiglia has gotten funnier. Yeah.
But he's always the same thing though. How life fucked him up.
Yeah, but it's different aspects. He's not just saying like the same jokes. He's not talking about just like one little thing
Yeah.
over and over. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, during the comedy tour, he has to repeat the joke.
Obviously.
Every fucking tour, it's something different.
It's like those classic bands. They had to give them that one hit that they're tired of playing, but people want to go.
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you go to see what Metallica, they had to play either something from the Black Album.
I think
or
I
Kill
play
'Em All.
shit. If
Master Puppets.
Lars doesn't want to play it, they ain't playing it.
but
yeah,
but fat comedians have never been like a thing for me. Like, no, just because again they all they talk about is food and being fat. I'm like,
I like-
okay, I get it, but it's just not.
You know, the only
It's
fat
fat,
comedian that I never liked that everybody liked was that dude who did Hollywood Ninja.
I don't know what the hell that is.
Black Sheep. That was his movie. He was the
You
SNL
talking
dude.
about Tommy Boy?
Yeah, Tommy Boy.
Chris Farley?
Chris
Yeah, I
Farley?
never liked his stuff.
I
Any of
never-
his movies. I think I saw one of his little like 20-minute stand-ups. Never liked his
Huh.
stuff.
I don't think I've ever seen his stand-ups. That's
No.
a surprise.
He
was a
doesn't.
stand-up guy.
He really didn't do stand up.
Yeah, they're on YouTube. There was like one. He was like 20-minute like comedy club.
Yeah, but he didn't really do stand
Yeah,
up.
but-
He was more of a SNL and an actor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like a comedic actor,
Yeah.
and I like those
I never,
movies.
I never liked none of his shit.
How do you not like his movies if you watched every fucking one of his movies?
I
More
watched
than
it-
once.
'Cause
I
he's a
watch every
David
single
Spade
movie
fan.
because you like him.
He's a David.
And it used to
No,
be.
what
He actually is a David Spade fan.
I
like
knew
David
it.
Spade.
See,
Yeah, you see?
I told you. I
You
figured
see,
it out. I
garbage,
figured it out.
everything, garbage.
I
like-
watched that.
He
that
liked
new
the
show
worst
he's
part.
in.
What?
Probably
There's
like
a
Rob
new
Schneider too.
NBC. No, I don't like Rob Schneider.
Fucking liar.
Other than
I like Rob Schneider.
Fucking
I
retard.
watched that documentary about his life though. No, it wasn't that good.
What? Who?
The Netflix
There
special.
was two. There
About
was
who?
My Life as Rob.
Oh,
and
the
then there's
Rob
other one.
Schneider one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll never watch anything with Rob Schneider.
Although he does have.
If it has Rob Schneider, I try to avoid it.
He has that daughter or stepdaughter that did that fucking song.
Yeah, that
X's
X's and O's. When I found that, I was like, wow, that bitch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, dude.
sing those.
You can see it in the eyes a little bit when that she's related to Rob Schneider.
I don't want to look at her face.
She has a good voice though.
I did actually kind of enjoyed the song,
Yeah.
but I kind of rooted for my sister after I told her it was Rob Schneider's daughter. So there's that. I think there's that name.
I think it's because you ruined it for your sister that you like it.
That's why
I
enjoy
think
it
it's more like, yeah, I ruined something for
He,
you.
fucking, he puts
That,
it on.
that
and
brings
he's
you
like,
joy.
Good.
I could just use like you put it on. You're like, yes, I ruined this for someone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Feels
yeah,
You're
so
like
good.
it now, do you now, sis? You bitch.
But I was watching the new Jerry Seinfeld, especially released on Netflix, and I realized that away from the Seinfeld show, I ain't like none of his comedy. It was no good.
I don't think any of his comedy was good.
No.
But I mean,
Seinfeld itself was the only thing that saved him.
you think so?
Yeah.
That was probably what was that fucking dude who made all that shit?
Curb Your Enthusiasm
Yeah,
guy.
what's his name? Larry something?
Larry Flint.
Oh, Larry David.
No.
Larry David.
Isn't Larry Flint the hustler dude?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He's in a wheelchair.
Hey, at least he beat Hugh Hefner, am I right?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Who was the third one?
Kingpin.
It was
Playboy, Hustler, and Penthouse?
Oh, I'm talking about the three celebrities that died. I can't think of the third one. It
Oh,
was-
Hugh Hefner. You apparently want to throw that Ralphie Day dude in there.
Oh, Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. There you go, in the Heartbreaker.
Running down the train, going
You
wherever.
shouldn't count if you forgot about him already.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a conversation. Was it with you? No, I don't think it was with you.
About how much
I think you
for
just
Tom Petty?
disliked him. Tom
Yeah, I
Petty.
just don't like Tom
Didn't
Petty.
we go over this last episode?
Oh no, we
No.
we
No,
were
it was-
saying we were
it died
saying it
in
over
midweek.
chat where
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like
yeah, okay,
Tom
yeah.
Petty's
Right.
fucking bootleg Bob Dylan, and
Yeah.
you're like, man, fuck you, Bob Dylan sucks dicks, and I'm like, yeah, exactly. So that means Tom Petty's bootleg sucking dicks.
I don't know.
I can't
I like
listen
some
to
of the
Bob Dylan
hits.
shit, but
I-
Tom Petty
Oh
can
no,
do
Bob
it.
Dylan's terrible
He
too.
can't fucking sing. He can barely write lyrics. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, it says like they're really good lyrics.
He's
Double check it.
He's
Yeah.
a poet. That's what Bob Dylan was. He was
Yeah,
a
so
poet.
was fucking what's her name?
Mozart.
Yeah, that's it.
Patty Smith.
Patty
Who's Patty
LaBelle.
No, not Patty
I
LaBelle,
don't
you
give a shit.
moron.
You don't fuck with that. The Bill had some soul in her, boy. Anyways, who's Patty Smith?
Patty
Yeah.
Smith was a,
Joan.
I guess a lot of people say she's like a Janis Joplin ripoff. Like she did like poems, not really singing, but there was like music behind her.
Oh, so she was a Tom Petty.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Oh, but I was telling Eric that I remember Tom Petty specifically, that the way I like his music, because when my brother got my dad's Corvette, that's all he blasted in his big
Tom Petty?
speakers. Yeah,
Ah,
Heartbreakers.
okay.
We used to go around like 80 in the highway. We used to just jam to that.
Lay
So like
the
dance,
blue
last dance,
on
Mary
that.
Jane. That was jam. So it was kind of sad. I know you don't like the music, but
Yeah.
like Ralphie May, I don't really care about. Just
But I don't know
Other
if-
than he's a fat comedian, whatever. But
I don't know if you would add that in like the 3 celebrities that
you
died.
don't think Ralphie May was a big celebrity?
No.
He was
Yeah,
big.
No.
he had a big
Somewhat of a
following.
celebrity.
Like in comedians, he got a big following.
In the comedic world.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't
No.
count
I
it.
don't think a lot of like comedians were like, oh man, Ralphie May. Like I heard fucking Joe Rogan's podcast and he didn't mention Ralphie May like at all.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's a tool, so
Yeah.
he'll milk anything. Hopefully you'll hear this.
Yeah, fuck you, Joe. I actually listen to your podcast every once in a while. I like it.
Yeah,
That fucking
some of
dude
them.
you had that was talking about coyotes for like 3 hours, fascinating. I learned so much about fucking coyotes. It's
It's
brilliant.
that one episode you just fucking stuck in your brain.
Yeah, that one and then the one with Bill Burr, because I just like Bill Burr and how his fucking mind works.
That dude's podcast is dark though.
Oh yeah,
Like
it's
the day of-
it's super weird because his podcast seems like he's in a closet, like just holding a mic and just like fucking people. Like he's just so angry at everything. I'm just like Jesus Christ.
There was the only one that was really hard to fucking listen was when Charlie Murphy died. And when like he broke down in a mic and then he left it in there. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I mean
Like-
he did write with him on Chappelle Show for a
Yeah.
while. So
Bill Burr.
He's a white Irish dude.
The one who acts real angry. The one who did
Yeah.
like vines on like.
like, oh my fucking god, he's from Boston.
Yeah. So he was like, "What the fuck you talking about, Soldier Boy?" When he was talking, he had beef like Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Where he's like,
Yeah, that's him.
None of these
Yeah.
old niggas. He's like, "Fuck you know about good music, you son of a bitch."
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy died, he made a podcast. He's like, it was gonna be a tribute to him. Like he was doing real well until he remembered one skit that he did for the Chappelle Show. Just fucking broke down. I was like, damn, this is hard to listen to.
What a bitch.
Cause you could hear like the raw emotion. I was like, nah. But you know what I was listening to?
Just tearing everybody down today. like celebrities will actually fucking listen to this.
You'd
Fucking
be
no
surprised what
names.
people listen to, man. I've learned that.
Is this? Are you just basing this off the Billy Madison show? Like
The Biddy.
Oh,
the Biddy Madison show?
I can't
Like,
even fucking say his name. It's so
I haven't had a
terrible.
chance to listen to the Billy Madison show lately.
Good.
you're all up on them.
That radio station app on my phone just wouldn't work no more.
Just be glad you're not listening to it. It's terrible.
Well, you don't like Billy Madison? It's good, man. But again,
I
we're
just like listening to the deadbeat dad calls.
You and everybody else. Apparently, that's like the only good thing about that show. Whenever people talk about it, I'm like, I'm not a big fan. People are like, I like it because the deadbeat dad thing.
I like it because the deadbeat dad thing, and it also let me know about the shootings in Vegas.
Oh,
I didn't know shit about it until I heard it on there, and then I fucking went to Facebook, and then everybody's fucking like Vegas everything. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Before we get to the Vegas stuff, you know what I like listening when he brings the divorce lawyer on, the hot voice.
She sounds real fucking hot.
Yeah, she does.
The queen of divorce. I was like, fuck.
But she tries to give legal advice to people
Tell
while
me
Billy's
about
being
the
nasty.
affidavit and get real erect.
It's the only way to learn shit.
Did you say Alpha David?
Yeah, dude. You get an affidavit when you're going
Isn't
to
it
divorce.
active David?
You can
No,
get
it's
a
not.
you can
It's affidavit.
Affidavit.
you can get a regular David, a beta David, or you can get the ultimate package, the Alpha David.
But yeah,
It's just like that episode of fucking Rick and Morty, bro. When Rick says, it's a common expression.
Rick says a lot of things, and you can hear anyone quote it.
I can't watch Rick and Morty. Can you watch Rick and Morty?
I've probably seen a couple episodes. It's not bad. I mean,
It's not bad. It's
It's
just.
good.
I don't think it's to the point where.
I think people are like way too hype on it.
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh my god, Morty. Like
Dude,
they're doing
yes.
their voices all the time. It's just-
Yesterday, my nieces, my brother was watching, I guess, Rick and Morty on his phone. And all you hear my nieces yell is like, I'm a pickle, Morty. Like, we're going down the road just yelling, I'm a pickle. I was like, okay.
You know, and I think what kills a lot of stuff for me to be interested is like the fandom. Like something could be actually good. Maybe Rick and Morty is like really, really good. But I don't want to give it a shot, but just because the people that
But
like
you're
it.
just so like contrary. That's like all
I
you
know.
do. Like if somebody likes anything, you're like, fuck that.
Fuck you.
Exactly. So I don't know if that's a way to go through life.
I don't know.
You're the guy who chooses to take the road less traveled just because you're like, man, there's a lot of people on that road.
Yeah, you just
Yeah, I don't
literally
like-
want to be by yourself and everything.
All the
It
time.
has to
You
be.
don't want to relate to people, be like, you know, I'm better than you because I don't watch Rick and Morty.
No, half the time. But other times he wants to be included in something.
Just so I could turn y'all down.
Or you
Well, we know better. We don't invite you to anything. You're just
Exactly.
like, oh, fuck it.
That's true.
We're gonna be like, hey, we're gonna go to this thing. You could go if you want, and you're just like,
I don't want
you're gonna treat it like a cat.
Oh, that's right. Mark used to be a big old flake, too.
It used to be.
Yeah, it's still pretty flaky.
But you make
If you ain't giving him dome, he ain't gonna go.
but you make fun of other flakes for being flaky, yet you're a flaker.
That's what makes me better than those flakes.
What was that joke you fucking told people? Was it the Head and Shoulders one?
Oh, that I got them a bottle of Head and Shoulders to help out with their flakiness.
But
Then again, I've tried Head and Shoulders. That shit's terrible.
it burns my skull.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's working.
That's how you know. That's how you know the flakes are getting killed.
Then your hair starts falling off. He's like,
Oh,
it
you
worked
start
too
hearing this?
Oh, you put it on there, and then when you feel it, then you're like, I wonder what this feels like on my balls. And you do it, and just it's nothing different.
It's fresh. It's minty fresh.
I literally don't care about anything about like shampoo. Fuck it, whatever's there, I'll use. It does not matter.
Yeah, I was like that too. I was like, I don't care, whatever. But lately, like stuff like the girls say, "Oh, dude, you smell good," or "Man, what is that soap you use?" I was like, okay, I'm gonna put that in the back of my head. So next time I go and actually buy stuff, buy that because you know it got attention.
I was always told I smelled like a girl without having to put it on any perfume or anything. I think it was
Sometimes
just.
it's the shampoo you use.
I think it was just because my long hair contained all the fucking shampoo conditioner.
What else happened? Yeah, I was sad to hear about the Vegas. Like Vegas is my mecca. It's my heaven. The place that I one day want to retire
Mecca,
to.
not Mecca. You fucking
It's
dumbass.
like if I ever make enough money and stop feeling guilty for helping my family, that's where I would go live.
I think right when I
I want to go
saw
live
it.
in Vegas. There's shootings there.
I'll give you some credit, but not a lot. I think I
You got him to smile, but I laugh.
yeah. That's why I'll give you some credit. I forgot when it happened because that night I saw like this terrible mini tablet likes to give me terrible news every once in a while.
Yeah.
But sometimes it'll actually give you a little nuggets of like what's fucking going on. So I saw
It
that
sings
night.
Marvin Gaye's "What's Going On."
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
What's going on?
All right. This is some news. This is news I could jam to. I saw the Vegas thing and the Vegas shooting. I figured it was something pretty big, and I don't think I was after the whole aftermath. I don't think I was really terribly sad about it, because one, I'm not really connected to it. But I think the one thing I was just super like desensitized to it, because there's like a shooting or there's always some attack going on. Where this has gone on like so far, you're just kind of like, oh,
That's kind
yeah, like fuck, we're doing this again. Like, didn't we just have an attack not too long ago? Like, god damn it. Like, I feel bad for the people, but at the same time, you're just so desensitized after so long.
Yeah.
it's always a white person.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of conspiracies that came out of the shooter because they actually showed pictures.
Adds nothing to the conversation.
Yeah, it just yeah.
He literally had nothing to the
It's
conversation.
simple as that. It's just a white person.
That's
why nobody cares about
that
it
was
that much.
that was the equivalent of like I saw something where they showed different white shooters and they're all like, people call them killers, but they're terrorists. I'm like, no,
they did
I
that.
agree. I agree with that. And
Like,
I agree with that, but then I was like, why are we just proving that they're white? I was like, we could just go down the list of every other killers, call them whatever.
They're not making a big enough deal about it because they're just kind of like, oh, it was a shooting. What?
No,
Mustafa, and they're like, oh.
well, that's what
Of course.
happened. He had registered under his Filipino wife's name, and they thought it was a Filipino woman who did the shooting. So for the first couple minutes of the news, they were like, "Oh, this girl's a terrorist. Find her."
I can't.
Right when they found the shooter after he killed himself, they saw that he was an American white guy. He goes, "We killer found," but they took away the whole label of terrorist. And people were like, well, why is it that just because he's a white American, he's not a terrorist no more? He's like, he killed a whole bunch of people.
It's domestic terrorism. That's all it is.
He did a terrorist act, so people wanted him to be labeled a terrorist. Because then it's like, oh, his wife was terrorist, but just because he's white and American, he ain't. It's like, motherfucker did terrorist act, call him what he is. And that's what people wanted. But they didn't get it because,
Yes, because they fight over every little thing.
Yeah, but yeah, people went crazy. Man, there's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories because there's money that showed up in his wife's account. The way that he killed himself, the gun position, and the blood pools. One was dry, one was fresh when he took the pictures. None of it made sense for him to be the shooter.
I think someone was saying that there was like a
They were
second
the
shooter or
32nd
something.
Floor, but
Yeah.
There was another guy who saw like on the 11th floor, and then all this other shit, and then.
The people say it's just someone that the government did so they could raise awareness to do gun laws or whatever the fuck they're trying to get.
Either that or they're trying to show you don't go to country music concerts anymore.
I thought it was Lollapalooza or something. You checked out other places or something. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not very well versed in this because I have not listened to a whole bunch of stuff.
I saw most of the videos, and then after a while, I was just like, okay, whatever, I'm over it.
Yeah.
I just hate it because they was like, oh man, people should stop going to Vegas because it's already the house of sin. You add this, it's like no more. I was
Stupid,
like,
you want them to stop going to Vegas.
why?
That way you can go to Vegas and it'd be cheaper. Nobody wants to go to.
And then you could win the major jackpot for yourself.
Exactly. Think about it, Morty.
Yeah.
You know the house always wins with the
That's how it goes back to that. I love Rick and Morty at Vegas. Ooh.
Enough all this sadness talk, Roman. What we got in the comments this week?
Alright.
You're the one who was saying you love Mecca.
Yeah, dude,
You like Mecca at
I
Vegas.
was like, how is it wrong to like Mecca? Isn't Mecca like a holy place?
It's jizz, bruh.
That's Mecca. You gotta add the O, eh? That's the difference. That's the difference. You gotta add the O.
Oh,
Well, anyway.
Alright,
They won't add the O until you put your in there.
You'll get more than just O. You get the big O.
What do you guys want to listen to first, the comments or the email?
yeah,
Let's do email.
alright.
But where
so
did you get that email from?
we got an email. You could send a email to us at citypod88@gmail.com. Eric.
citypod88@gmail.com.
I was not
Alright,
feeling
you
that
can,
one.
You can do so just like Trent Hackenberry did.
Oh shit, Trent's back.
Get your lips ready, boys.
Oh,
Time for
fucking
that
Dick
dick sucking power hour. Before we go on this, I got a little Trent story.
Okay, go ahead.
I actually went to Trent's house.
Oh,
Yeah.
What was it like? I've been there too.
Is it a sexy place?
Oh hell yeah, it's really nice in a really nice area where they got sidewalks and all the lights light up where you could just point out any criminals.
You can
Was there any
leave
blacks?
your car on the outside of your house.
Do the people sleep with their doors unlocked?
I didn't check, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna check tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing by his house after this podcast.
So anyway, so you were at Trent's house and what happened?
I was there just to drop stuff off, but it was a really nice house.
It
was a very nice house. I got to see his game room, and
I love the fact there's a game room. I want a game room for myself.
I know it's a real. I figured that most people had a problem, but he has a lot of shit in there.
He does. He has a closet full of shit.
Yeah.
Then he has like the whole room with
Just-
like miniatures and paint and
With
everything
like
else.
crates on crates. At one point, when he was showing me the rest of the house, there was more crates out there, and I was like, "What do you do with these?" He's like, "I'm just taking a look. I was gonna paint some for my wife, trying to get a game in." I was like, "Did you?" He's like, "No, she went to sleep." After that, we talked for a while. I basked as long as I could in his glory. It's pretty hot in just his robe. I thought he was gonna slip out. Some of this part might be a little exaggerated. None of that happened.
we got it.
I like the first time
He's
you
a-
told me the
he's
story.
a-
I was just like,
He's in a silk robe that's barely covering his ass.
Yeah. And let me
says
tell you,
bad bitch in the back.
yeah. when you got Adonis like ass like Trent's, can't help but show them boys out.
That's right. It actually is a cutout on his ass, and it just barely covers his nutsack.
Yeah.
Up front, barely nutsack. Fucking ass cheeks full out. Yeah, it gives a little bit of shaft, just a little bit.
So we're like cut. We're like right in the middle.
Yeah,
Cuts off.
it's just a little cut.
A little peekaboo shaft.
Oh shit.
Yeah. See? All right. Well, that ends our story. It's not a very good story, but
Super anticlimactic.
I thought he had like something to happen.
no. I mean, I was telling Rob one time, just because he seemed like he was not interested in the story that I was interested in. So I hit him with I was like, yeah, he showed me around, showed him his miniatures. He said, oh, I was going to get him for my wife or paint him for my wife, but she decided to go to sleep. He's like, yeah. And I was like, and after that, we got bored, so he took me into the room, and while his wife's asleep, he showed me her butt ass naked. And he was like, wait, what? I'm like, seriously? And I was like, no.
Pay attention.
Pay attention, or I will put out false rumors that ruined my relationship with Trent.
Why can't you just be as happy as I was about
Yeah, we were all engaged until the very end, but nothing happened.
I
He
love it.
told me that, I was like, the fuck out of here. He's like, yeah, check it out what chicks thinking. And I was like,
That is something Trent would not do.
Yeah,
he'll be like, no.
I don't think it would.
No.
Definitely
Not
not.
unless you know
No.
him deep.
I think he's very respectful.
I'm pretty sure if ever goes to visit his house, he can't pass the
I'm not
porch.
allowed.
Yeah. You're allowed, he's in the garage, but you're just outside the garage.
Yeah, he
I'm
can't
just
pass
allowed on the outside and they got the dogs on me.
Yeah. All 4 chihuahuas or however many he is.
But
The Shitzy knows karate.
Yeah.
Thai karate.
that's sweet.
And he strokes his beard.
All right. So the title for this is Comments for Episode 59 and 60.
Oh, so that means he has been listening.
So back in episode 59, I got called out by Eric for the lack of comments. Know that I always intend to respond, but usually I just forget, or I'm listening way after the fact. So just thought I'd drop off a few random comments for the last 2 episodes.
Oh, that's what Pete said too. He's
Yeah.
like,
He says, Eric, you were surprised in the second Kingsman that the Prez was down to kill off a ton of people, but so was the president in the first movie, so what's the big deal? He says, you were surprised by the second Kingsman that the president was down to kill a ton of people, but so was the president in the first movie. So yeah.
Oh.
He's saying you
Damn,
full
he's,
bullshit.
he's
Yeah.
calling you out. Says you're not even
Well, no,
a true
the first
Kingsman
one
fan.
Damn,
more
he's
like-
saying it's the same
no.
movie. You should
Alright.
watch it.
Sorry, man.
No.
His word is law. You suck.
No. The first one was, it wasn't that he was okay with it. He was kind of giving an ultimatum. Either he dies or they die type of deal. And this one, they tell him, they're gonna die unless you make this legal. And he's just like, oh, fuck it, let them die.
Semantics. Mark.
All right, I'm just
I
saying.
used to eat a Thai pickle.
He's gonna hurt my heart, isn't he?
All the time. Sad to hear it went downhill.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Okay, this is where fucking Trent's on my side. Nama ramen is bullshit. I had it hyped up to me, and the first time I ate there, it fucking it fucked my shit up.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. Is what he
Damn.
said. He said, no, I didn't get to make it out to Monster Fest this year, Tony. And I would love to go a ramen fest, but fuck Austin. We're going to try to go, but apparently it's like for like restaurants and things.
It's business to business.
It's actual businesses. It's open to the general public.
But y'all get to watch other people.
I don't know if they're actually going to have ramen there for us to eat. So we just may go to Austin and do nothing.
Just for the experience, man.
Yeah, John's
What
like,
experience?
John's like, I'm gonna buy like 12 boxes of ramen.
Yeah, it's just a top ramen. But Trent continues. I always have the worst luck with drug tests because I always get pooped right after lunch, so I always have to take a shit real bad. Got hit 3 times last year. All right. It says all the porn talk in the last couple episodes reminds me of the ridiculous amount of porn my older brother had when I was a kid. They hid it all through the house back then, LOL. And that's a city story for another time. Oh, with the tease. Fucking playing.
He has an older brother?
Yeah.
He has a twin brother, right?
He has a twin brother.
A twin brother and he's an older brother.
He says, it always cracks me up when Tony disagrees with the rest of the crew. Despite the fact that he doesn't have all the facts. In episode 60, he argued about the popularity of comics against 3 guys who all worked at a comic shop, 2 of which were in charge of the comic section, LOL.
Just because they're in charge of them don't mean they know comics.
We know comics, motherfucker. There was probably a bunch of other shit I wanted to respond to, but like I said, I forget easy. P.S. In the last episode of Perils of the Warp, you chumps didn't know what raw meant. Runs as written. You often hear this term come up in gaming, especially in 40K. Then, when compared to rules as intended, learn y'all shit. Love Trent H. All right, Trent, you motherfucker. Then I challenge you to get your ass down here for Perils of the Warp and see what the fuck happens, bro.
Yeah, to be honest, that should have been saved for Perils of the Warp. Our Warhammer
Well, he
podcast.
called you out either way.
We called you out.
good on
That's
him.
And,
true, he
and
did.
B, Trent, I have a comic show now, so I know comics. Bam.
Yeah, you fucking like shitty comics. You like fucking Venomverse.
I like Venomverse. It's a good comic. It is.
I haven't read any of them, so.
But I got
And
it.
Trent, are you gonna go to?
Trent, another question.
Trent.
Pick me.
Fuck, I forgot that Adam City Comic Con for Halloween. I had a name for it.
Are you gonna dress up?
Dress up.
Just cause?
It's a lot of-
Trent.
a lot
What are
of
you gonna be for
slash.
Halloween? I want to say a sexy. You can either be a sexy werewolf or a sexy cop or maybe a sexy vampire.
Either way, whatever you choose is gonna be sexy.
Yeah, real sexy like.
I don't think none of you want to go to the Halloween convention, do you?
Not
The
really.
Adam City Comic Con.
I'd be interested just to see the guys from the thing, but
I want to go if it's free.
it
There's a
won't be.
lot of slashers coming, like slasher actors coming.
Yeah. I don't
And
know.
I know Freddy's gonna be there. Not like Freddy, Robert
Robert
Englund.
England.
But I heard that he does
Who
a lot of
knows?
conventions, so it's not like
Who
that
knows
special.
how long he has? Am I right?
I give him
If Tim Curry goes, that'd be
how many years do you think?
I'm gonna say 4 years and 9 months.
5 years and 9 months.
This guy.
I'm gonna give him a cool 10.
Robert Englund, I hope you live for another 30 years.
That's gay.
Well, anyways, thanks Trent for the email. You know,
What about Tim Curry? He already had that stroke. He's wheelbound.
All right, so thank you, Trent. And remember, if you do want to go and send us an email, citypod88@gmail.com. Eric, once again.
That would say nothing.
All right, citypod88@gmail.com. I can do it too. It does not matter.
Pod88@gmail.com. I'm fucking Roby.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can't hurt my feelings, but apparently I can hurt yours.
You don't hurt my feelings, nigga. You just disappoint me.
Yeah, that's what my dad says all the time, doesn't it? All right.
We had the weirdest fucking conversation.
Oh, it got real dark.
What?
No, that's what happens when we roll with John.
Yeah.
We're
We're on the way to Dragon's Lair?
On the way back.
We're gonna go get Hood Rat fucking snacks. Hood Rat.
No, we already got Hood Rat snacks.
Oh yeah, we did. You're right.
And we were on the way home, and it turned into like how our dads think we're just disappointments.
Yeah.
And like John, his dad is like
The proudest.
super positive and super proud of him, and John's like, I can't deal with it. Basically,
He hates you. He's like,
he doesn't know, and I'm like looking for my father's approval all the
looking for
time.
validation.
And me and Eric are just like, fuck you.
He's like, fuck you, John, with your dad's love.
It's funny, dude. They were like, whatever, our mom's dating.
Fuck you, John.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Because his mom was calling him, right? And he goes, what do you want? And she's like, you can't say anything. I don't know what the fuck she was talking about. And he goes, whatever. It's like, no, I didn't get the toilet paper because I wasn't going to wait in a long ass line. And she called again. I was like, John, I need toilet paper. I was stuck in the restroom with no toilet paper. And it just made the joke about that. And it just
He told her, he's just like, she asked him, why do you always sound so mean on the phone? He's like, because I don't like you.
That boy something.
He's like, I hate my mom, and I hate that my dad loves me. Like, he's proud I can read. They got a job. I was like, your dad sounds like a black man.
That's fucking terrible.
What about you, Mark? Does any of your parents like you?
I really don't care. I'm sure
They're proud of you?
I'm sure they acknowledge me.
I have a son.
He's got a big dick, apparently.
I always show it off.
I think that's the only thing I've ever heard my mom tell.
Oh,
like
tell that story.
brag to other people about.
Wait, what? Your mom actually told other people that
That's how I became the Don King to his dick, bro. I was just like,
because of his mom?
Yeah. Well, because I was telling him the story, like, doesn't matter, because my mom had a bar, and every time I would like bring friends over, you know, I had like dude friends and chick friends, and every time there would be like a chick friend with me, she's like, you know, he has a really big penis. She's like, I should know. I'm his mother. And
Have a drink.
Yeah.
Have a whiskey on the rocks.
Yeah, exactly. So she would tell that to everybody, even to like my my roommate at the time. It was just me and her hanging out. That's why I found out I know he was pretty big. Even as a baby, we freaked out how big.
we thought it was a tumor.
Yeah.
We thought it was a third leg without a foot.
Your mom's cool as fuck, dude.
Huh? She does, but she's a terrible mom. I mean, besides just talking about how big your penis is, that's kind of that's like that's where the plateau ends.
You can have John be like, at least she didn't abandon you.
No, she did. She abandoned me too.
No, you left her.
No, she left me.
You know what she sounds like? You never saw The Ranch, have you?
No.
She's exactly like the mom from The Ranch. She abandoned her kids.
I mean, yeah, when they were
She owns a bar.
They were grown men, though.
She has a bar.
Question: on
Yes.
the ranch, is the bar successful?
No. It's
Maybe.
just
I mean,
local
yeah.
people.
Maybe.
It's in a small little town in Denver, and it's just local people.
Well, but you got people in it, right?
Two.
Well, it's more
And she
more
has
than
her-
what my mom could get.
And her, and she wings. She fucking whores out her sons. Just remind me of that.
Okay.
Anyways, Roman, what do we have on the comment side?
Well, remember that you can always like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can go ahead and leave us a little heart and a follow on SoundCloud. And if you're listening on iTunes, go ahead, rate, review, and subscribe there.
Rate, review.
And make sure to follow us on our social media. We have the Facebooks, the Twitters, and the Instagrams. We usually put notifications to all the shows that come out. Make sure, follow and like everything we have. And on YouTube, make sure to put on the little ringer so YouTube knows that you are listening and we get help with the show.
Yeah, Ouija.
And speaking of YouTube, we have a few YouTube comments starting off with keeping it regs with the what?
With a prune.
There you go. Boom.
How do you forget his name?
I don't know.
You know what? I forgot to ask him if he's okay with fucking the toilet flushing.
Well, it
thing.
doesn't matter.
It's alright.
Yo, Prune, you okay with that?
Of course he is. He's the fucking prune.
There you go. What does the Prune have to say, Roman?
All right, first comment is the fake penis from synthetic urine is called the Wizinator.
There you go.
I told him, you're not neat. It was like,
He also says the H Bros' dad had a collection of Mexican Triple X comic books. They always have a sweaty Mexican man on the cover looking at a voluptuous woman like her curves are driving him crazy, releasing the animal inside.
yeah, you know who the revistas are? Like the novelas?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what he's talking about.
Yeah.
The H Bros. That's what we are.
Yeah, you're the H Bros. He also says at 1 hour and 15 seconds sounds like y'all listening to Mega Man villains.
So that's where we're naming all the movies like Demolition Man. And
Oh,
all that.
okay.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Everything that end with man.
We're gonna skip a few comments because it is not hers. But Prune says, "I'm very surprised that y'all don't know who Dr. Disrespect is." Yeah, you shouldn't be surprised because we don't know.
Pretty
But he
terrible.
says the Running Man is surprisingly good and bad at the same time.
The movie.
Yeah, he says transhumanism, abbreviated as H plus, or a capital H plus, or lowercase h plus, as an international intellectual movement that aims to transform the human condition by developing and making widely available sophisticated technologies to greatly enhance human intellect and
Physiology.
physiology. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I know he had to spell check after that.
All right, and that was.
Keeping it. Do it. You gotta do it one more time.
I know. I gotta load up the fucking app though.
That was keeping it in rags with the Prune.
All right, so somebody has to now come up with the
the classic.
the classic.
Come on in, clam. Are we going with the clam jam thing?
Yeah, she likes it.
Okay.
She does like it.
Did she say that?
She likes the clam jam because we
Okay.
gave her two options. She actually on one of the episodes she responded.
She's like, bring me the jam for my clam.
Come on in, clam. Welcome to her clam.
You said clam twice.
Fine.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
You forgot the jam
Come on,
part.
come on in, jam. And welcome to her clam. There we go.
Clarissa's clam jam. All right. Her first comic, she only has two, but they're fairly long. I think comics will go put because the reason they stay popular is because older generations teaching younger generations.
Oh, comics will still
Yeah.
put. Okay.
Yeah, everybody should get that. But younger gen are losing interest. I think the only reason books have later is because the period after they had high value. After that, they were selling like crazy, but those don't have value anymore unless you have one of the rares. And she also says, honestly, before I met you guys, I had no knowledge of who belonged to who, Marvel or DC wise, and I've never heard of Image. I know Walking Dead, but not who did it.
Boom.
Damn.
You
So-
look fucking.
Hurt. That one
Yeah.
hurt me.
Get shit on,
Yeah.
Tony.
More like Roman, you taught her good.
Yeah.
Sort of. She really didn't pay attention at all. I'm surprised that she has some knowledge now. That she's retained some knowledge.
Damn, you calling us stupid? Is that what you're doing?
You can do whatever you want.
It's like pretty much.
Yeah, I know.
Damn, you don't think women?
She'll reply.
You don't think
however she
women?
wants
You don't
to.
think women can obtain knowledges of
Or
the comic books?
The only, thing
Yeah.
the only knowledge women can obtain is how to cook recipes.
Nah. Yeah. They,
Oh,
you-
you're gonna-
He's trying to be chauvinistic.
Chauvinistic. Is that a word?
Misogynistic, sorry.
I don't
Yeah.
think so, like-
Yeah, you're being misogynist.
But some
yeah.
books,
Quit massaging me.
some books still have value. You have to get the first editions, like the first editions of the Harry Potters and the first editions to the Twilight series are like worth
Super
the bill.
gay.
Worth more
They're-
than they came out with.
There's a point. They are super gay.
They cost more than you would think, though. So actually getting a first print of any of those is really hard,
And I still-
especially for books. Like comic books, you can.
You know what else is really hard? This guy.
Oh, speaking of that, I actually have a few. News stories you can pick. I have two from Yahoo News. And
Was that
one
it?
from
Was that it?
Vice.
Are we done with the emails?
Yeah, that's
or
it.
comments?
That's
Oh.
it for comments. That's it for emails.
Hey,
Smoke
I
on.
mean, I know my brother doesn't read books, but none of you read books lately.
There's one book I'm interested in reading, but yeah.
I've been buying a lot of books lately because me and John, we usually go to Barnes Nobles and we like picking up, either novels that just start himself. I mean, because John's trying to be a writer, so he try to gets ideas from other people. Just to spark that
if I do read anything, it's either like biographies or like science fiction from people I actually like.
Damn,
okay, fair enough.
Girl write though, he write those fucking biographies is where they at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of my favorites are the George
You've read
Carlin.
like
The
a
George
quarter
Carlin.
of one.
Yeah.
I think you listen to it. Listen
Yeah.
to it.
Oh my god.
Books can be listened to too, Roman.
That's fine, but
You ain't gotta read
There's
them
a
all
whole
the goddamn
company for
time.
that.
That's when you start needing glasses and shit.
That's true. I need glasses.
I think we just have terrible eyesight, just failing early.
No, as a baby, they're like, he doesn't read. He needs glasses.
Babies just can't read.
Most babies can read.
All babies can read. They just choose.
Well, that's
to
what they
ignore it
tell.
'cause
That's
they're
what they tell
assholes.
them. They're like, those babies can't read, and like he just fucking flicks me off. He's like, fucking read that, you little shit. We bitch.
But yeah.
All right. So speaking of sex, I have at least one sex story. But I'll let y'all pick because I have 3. I don't know which ones you want to hear, but I'll give you at least.
Now pick number 3,
Headlines.
my lord.
This is Arkansas teacher allegedly had sex with 4 students and told teen how good he looked in glasses.
At the
In
same
class.
time? Oh wait, I get it.
There's
it.
also a group of 45 men dressed as Magnum PI kicked out a Detroit Tigers game.
I feel like you said this last one, but we didn't choose those.
No, I didn't because I was gonna bring them up last episode, but I did not.
Okay, keep going.
And then there's please do not pet the radioactive puppies of Chernobyl.
Oh, read that one. I heard that one. I like that one.
All right, this one I did get from.
Yahoo?
The radio.
No, I got from actual Snapchat, so it's from Vice.
Oh, I thought-
but this is
Oh
by
yeah, the ones where you did
yeah,
the fucking
and
discover.
I found this one super fascinating too. But it says by Becky Ferreira, Motherboard.
Sounds like a bitch.
She could be. In the wake of the catastrophic Chernobyl nuclear power plant meltdown in 1986, people rushed to evacuate, and many were forced to abandon their pet dogs. Now, like some kind of atomic age fairy tale, the feral descendants of those deserted animals roam the ghost towns within the Chernobyl exclusion zone, or the CEZ, a patch of land 1,000 square miles around the destroyed plant where contamination is most severe. These radioactive puppies have proliferated in the wilds of nuclear fallout and are profiled in the documentary Puppies of Chernobyl by filmmaker Drew Scanlon, who happens to also be the guy in the blinking white guy meme. So the blinking white guy meme,
Oh, okay.
it's that guy. He's a filmmaker. He made this fucking movie.
No shit.
In addition to gifting the world one of the most beloved reaction gifts of all time, Scanlon is producing a travel series called Cloth Map, which led him to meet some of Chernobyl's estimated 900 stray dogs.
I want to meet the puppies.
They
become a zombie because of it.
don't look like
That's
zombies.
not a thing.
No,
Zo-
they don't because they carry the virus. But you bet him and he's like,
There is no
bites your
virus.
fucking.
Oh my god, this guy just fucking loves reaching for this shit that's not real.
Well, you don't think zombies?
No!
You have that drug that zombies out people.
Yeah, it's a fucking drug.
What if like nuclear dogs bite you in the head?
I'm gonna
you become a
continue.
zombie?
They are part of a
Cancer.
resurgence of animal populations at the site, which is almost entirely devoid of people and accordant ecological damage that that normally comes with human inhabitants. Wolves made a major comeback in the CEZ over the past 3 decades, and boars, deers, and elk have thrived in the absence of settlements. It may be as long as 20,000 years before the area is safe for human inhabitation again, so the turf will remain largely undisturbed for the foreseeable future.
So now no one
So
can
what
pet
you're trying
them.
to say is nuclear wasteland. Animals can live in it and not get sick.
They probably not adapted, but they're probably
They
very
have to be sick, right? Something has-
mutated by it.
Well, I mean,
And developed. They probably developed.
them.
Huh? I wouldn't fucking touch it.
No.
Is it humane to let them keep living? Shouldn't you just go and kill all the animals?
People can't go in there.
We can
Sniper?
we could fly like a
When they
helicopter
start
over it.
sniping animals
Do
Why
like
are you gonna waste any time on that?
for
Though?
because
humanity.
they're coming out. Aren't they?
No.
Isn't there,
It's-
isn't
it's-
there leaving the fucking area?
No, it's 1,000 square miles. That's like gated off.
Come on, man! I want my Vietnam thing where we fly on a helicopter and shoot
Because
down
the
with
fallout,
Gatling guns.
puppies could carry dangerous radioactive particles in their fur. Visitors are warned not to touch them. This
Those people are
leads to
visiting. No
some.
reason to fucking kill them. It sounds like
This
Jurassic
leads to
Park.
excruciating shots in the documentary, staring puppies who seem to really crave a friendly head pat or belly rub from the tourists. If your heartstrings are pulled, check out some of the fundraising efforts at GoFundMe.com and search the Dogs of Chernobyl Abandoned in the Zone
Who knows,
to
maybe.
donate. The donations will go to medical care and
bullet.
humane population management of Chernobyl's vibrant canine.
Yeah, it sounds like they're gonna kill
So
them.
yeah, it looks like they're already doing that.
Do
See?
it. Go.
So
There you go.
And you guys giving me shit.
I'm not giving you shit. I was excited about it. I want to be on the helicopter.
Oh, I'll
with
give you
fucking-
shit about the zombie thing for sure because that's retarded.
Yeah,
sounds
that's-
like zombies. That
no,
sounds
that's-
like
that's
Jurassic
re-
Park.
yeah, that's
They're gonna
retarded.
bite you. They're telling you not to touch them.
Yeah, they want to
Got
be. They want to be
particles.
touched. They don't want to be bit. They don't want to
I'm
bite.
pretty sure they're gonna bite you.
I mean,
That's how you became the zombies in Japan. Anyways.
The hardest eye roll I can give, I'll give it to you.
I just wanted to gun them down, but you made it uncool.
Talking about cool, how about you tell the world about your Star Wars dream?
Oh, that was, well, during a little break.
Oh, can we trust you with this dream?
Yeah, I guess you can. So I had a dream. That's Doctor.
Average child.
That. So I had a dream the other night that I was going to watch the new Star Wars movie that's
Okay.
coming out this year, and
Obi-Wan Kenobi one?
December.
no, I have some.
Is
Like,
Obi-Wan
I have-
Kenobi dead?
He's dead, but they're gonna do like I don't know. They're talking about
Doing
doing
a
Obi-Wan,
prequel of his life or something.
Is it the
which
Rogue One?
could be pretty good. I have hopes for it, but then again, I don't.
But that's not the one coming out.
Is
in
there gonna
December.
be more?
There's gonna be more Ewan McGregor.
But is there gonna be more?
Oh, that's what they're hinting at.
What's his name?
Anakin.
His teacher. Who's Obi-Wan's teacher?
Qui-Gon?
Qui-Gon?
Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn. Oh
I-
God, I can't believe I fucking remember that.
Isn't he dead?
He's dead. I doubt it. Maybe it could be him like getting teached. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing set.
And sucking
There's
them off.
nothing. There's nothing set in stone. They're just like,
Well-
we're gonna do an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie.
As you as a Star Wars fan, would you want that?
That one's actually it has
Like, where his-
potential.
Where his teachers teaching him how to be.
Not
Obi-Wan
so
Kenobi.
much. I think if you watch the cartoon, there's this one episode where they kind of
Which
explore it.
version?
The Clone Wars one, the
Okay.
animated series. It's actually pretty good.
I
So,
heard that.
Obi-Wan Kenobi goes with Anakin to this like slave world or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and he becomes a slave. And since he's a Jedi, he wants to help people.
Mm-hmm.
But he starts learning that when he steps out of line, other people get hurt. So eventually his will starts getting broken.
Nice.
So it becomes really, really good. So what would be cool would be like him going to Tatooine and he has to watch over Luke Skywalker, but he can't bring any heat on him. And now Tatooine's like basically controlled like by the fat mafia. And, that's where all the terrible people hang out. So he can't help out that place. So that'd be kind of cool if it was like the same thing. Like he has a protective boy, and if not, he can't draw anything. So that'd be kind of neat. And you could probably set it like in a whole like cowboy samurai thing
Okay.
sense. So
Well,
that would
that's
be
not the
neat.
movie coming
That's
out
not the
December.
movie. That's
what's
what.
coming out in December. That's the return of Mark Hamill, right?
Yeah, it's that
The
Last
Last
Jedi.
Jedi, yeah.
So I had a dream that I had to sit there and watch it, and basically it's gonna be super anticlimactic as that's my Tread story. So I'm watching the movie. I have to sit there and watch the movie, and the whole time I fucking hate it because I hate the last two movies that came out. They're both utter garbage,
That's the Rogue One
and the Force Awakens or
Oh,
whatever.
tell that to other people because man, they
that's
love it.
the fucking Kylo Ren one, right?
Yep. Oh, that's fucking trash. I mean, since I hate those movies so much, it's so embedded into me that I fucking hated the movie in my dreams.
Okay.
Where I was like bitching to people about it, like openly, and everyone's like, "Shut up, it's fucking Star Wars."
You're talking in the fucking theater. Be like,
Pretty
"This
much.
is Morbid,
At
bitch."
one point, where like, even though I hate movies, I'll sit there and watch it. But in this stream, I actually got up and left because it was that bad. I was one of those people. I don't know if I would blog about it later. We're like, Star Wars is terrible.
I'm sure you would.
I would have asked for my money back. Honestly, I'll just
I
fucking.
give it a negative 5 out of 10.
Honestly, I know you wouldn't because
I think I would
give a
have.
shit.
I would have sat there and just hated it, and then after that, then bitch about it. But I wouldn't demand no refund for it.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? You have an outlet now. You can come to the podcast and be like, Star Wars was a horrible
Yeah.
movie.
Hot garbage.
Hot
I give
garbage.
it a
They
negative
like
5.
Rey, she was gonna be the last Jedi, and fucking
I-
the black guy's still alive. I don't know why. He's a
He
stormtrooper.
just is all of it. I don't know. It was just it was just terrible.
So that was your dream.
Carrie Fisher.
That was
didn't
my
even
dream.
look
I just-
real.
Yeah.
I just brought it up because I forgot why. But
You're the only Star Wars fan in the group. I told you I was watching those conspiracy theories of how Kylo Ren didn't kill Han Solo. He killed Han Solo.
oh yeah, that's right.
So the darkness is still not.
He said that yeah, that Han Solo killed himself so he would help him. But like I said, I think you're giving that movie too much credit
And
than
then there's
actually
another one where
it actually
goes-
You
thought.
think it's Steven Spielberg? Oh no, fucking what's his name?
J.J.
George
Abrams.
Lucas.
No. George Lucas really does nothing
Oh, okay,
nothing
so
to do with
J.J.
it.
Abrams.
So it's all J.J.
Well,
Abrams.
isn't this like I've always heard that George Lucas had like 9 stories.
He did, but he was a fucking liar.
Fair enough.
I can't-
Honestly, I think what I heard was the reason why the original movies were so good was because he wrote the first one, but when it came to the rest of them, it was mostly his wife who wrote the rest of the stuff. So his wife wrote it, and then they got divorced, and then he was like, I'm going to make the prequels. And obviously everyone shits on the prequels, but at least the prequels did something these new movies did, and that was try something fucking new.
Jar Jar Binks.
Woo!
And we all,
Dark
yeah.
Lord.
And we already all know that J.J. Abrams is only good for making remakes.
That's
all he does.
I mean, you're not wrong, but still, that smug look in your face. You like say something, Roman, you piece of shit.
Oh,
I didn't know. I didn't know if he was a
You
good.
only like Star Trek because it's a remake.
Exactly. I only like those Star Trek movies.
Dude, I heard the last Star Trek movie just completely sucked.
Yeah, that's why you gotta stick with the OGs. Fucking watch 2, 4, maybe 6.
Is that the
4 is the whales.
Is that okay?
Everybody knows the fucking whales, and it's 4. If you want to watch the whales, just watch goddamn 4.
What whales?
You need anything else?
Well,
I think we talked about this on a podcast
we
a while
have.
back, but
We'll talk about it afterwards. I don't want to bore
Some
anybody with
space
it.
whells or some shit.
but
oh
yeah.
yeah, okay.
So-
No, you're right. Yeah, I remember that.
So that ends my Star Wars rant.
So 2 was,
I can go
2,
forever
2 was
about
the
it.
one with the Wrath of Khan.
Yes.
That's the only good one.
No.
The well.
Apparently, there's other one.
I like 2. I like 4. I do like 3 to an extent, but it's not.
It's like Rocky. You just
Yeah,
kinda wanna watch
yeah,
it.
exactly. And like, if you're gonna watch 2 of them, watch 2, 4, and
Even Rocky has its whale fucking one. In what was it, number 3 has a fucking robot.
Oh yeah, the talking robot. The
The
butler.
Yeah.
oh fuck, I forgot about that. All right, so they all have their fucking blemishes. I ain't saying.
Ahead of his time. That's why.
How was it ahead of its time?
He had robot butlers.
They all have robot. I mean, Robot Butler's been around for a while. They whole fucking, what is it?
Richie
Or
Rich,
like-
the Richie Rich had a robot
What the
butler.
fuck's his name of it? Like fucking Danger Will Robertson.
Lost in Space.
Lost in Space had it. That was way before.
Oh, the pain of it all.
I'm gonna go and touch this little child.
So
That's what I took from it.
Yeah, he was a pedophile.
so you're still gonna go watch the new Star Wars movies?
Probably not, unless someone forces me to go watch it.
You know Shark's gonna fucking force you.
You know your girlfriend's gonna buy you a ticket.
I don't think she will.
Is she a Star Wars fan?
Not really.
Like, what did she like? Here's the thing. I don't. You like nothing. So, what does she like?
What are you talking about? He
She's
likes-
young, so I know she likes memes. That's what I know about young people. They love memes.
Children
She
love
likes to
memes.
dab.
I don't think I've ever seen her dab.
She dabs at home.
Yeah, when she's not looking.
Hey,
Well, then again,
she's like, hey, mom, guess what I did to that dick? Oh.
His girlfriend's actually really, really mature for her age.
I mean,
so-
I guess that's why he likes her. He likes
Oh,
old
she doesn't
people.
like anything.
She doesn't like anything
The
like
thing,
me.
is, the thing is, Mark does like stuff. I could name a couple, like Star Wars, Minecraft. He's a foodie. He likes fucking feeling superior over people. He likes little cartoons with babies in it. I don't know why.
He likes animated
It's
movies.
not, there you go. Thank you. Thanks for clearing that up. Even though you said like other stuff that he got, I get mad all of a sudden.
He likes painting.
So
He does like painting, but he doesn't do it.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
He likes the idea of
But
being-
he was asking me about an airbrush, so that was
It's
good.
a fucking intervention. Mark, you
You need to stop.
You're a piece of shit. We gotta fix you.
Yeah.
We gotta fucking do the Clockwork Orange shit and just keep your eyelids open and just like make you
Watch me
things.
watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Until I start quoting like some asshole.
Yeah. That, and we're just gonna run Tom Petty over and over.
You know what? Nah, we're
No,
gonna
like
start running a whole
free
bunch of Disturbed.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, better yet, 3 Days Grace.
Little bit of
No,
hell
it's
yeah.
Five Finger Death Punch. It's terrible. 3 Days Grace is it's bad, but it's not Five Finger Death Punch bad. Not saying I like it. I just say it.
That's debatable. I think
Yeah.
they're both on the same level.
Really?
I think they're on the same level of trash.
Oh man, I think now this is. You know how everyone complains? You know how people complain like what's better than what? I think now I'm gonna start this thing. What's worse than what?
All right. You want that to be a segment on the podcast?
Maybe we'll start like the quest for the worst or something.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
The journey for the worst.
Oh, instead of like
The depths of the worst.
like best in the year, like you
Yeah.
know, we'll, like
The worst of the
we'll
year.
have the worst of the year wrap
Oh
up.
man, yeah, okay. Never
So-
mind. We'll
so-
talk about that later.
Yeah, it's coming towards the end of the year in a few months. We'll see what happens.
So on that note, maybe by next episode we could fix Smart.
Oh,
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. But this has been episode 61. I have been your horrible host Tony, and I'm here with.
we didn't even say names because I
Fucked it up hardcore.
yeah.
Yeah, people
I was
can't
gonna be Captain Booger Pants, a very unwritten.
Yeah, but
original.
remember, you
What
got.
happens if that's we don't intro with names, but we outro with names? It still works.
Who knows if they stick around till the end?
Nah. Yeah.
They will be the
They could
nameless-
literally hear the. Maybe they're that kind of guy. They're like,
We'll do-
I don't know who's talking. Fuck this.
We'll do like a questionnaire where it's like, what do we say at the end? It's like, no one got it right.
Anyway, so
Suck dicks.
it's been
Roman,
Your boy Eric.
hate that boy.
Who does Roman love? Nobody.
Nobody. Eric.
he likes the man in the mirror.
I don't even like that guy. Fuck that guy.
No one likes that guy.
Like we said at the end of every episode, bye.
Bye.